I'm also not 100% certain if I'm in focus. Perhaps it's because my house is just so big. Like, I'm in this huge mansion. Like, it is the most real mansion I've ever been in. Wouldn't it be just really cool if we had a recording studio? And I do not mean a vocal studio. Like, one that I could just record things in. I think it'd be cool. But instead, I'll just deal with this mansion. Let me recap what happened on last week's episode. I don't know if I should say the episode number, because technically it would be episode 54. But it is what we will call Book 2, Episode 1, A Boon to Pick. After weeks apart, the Dews found themselves back under the same roof when Philip arrived. Although his new voice confused them.
I don't suppose there's any left over.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Who are
ask.
you? And what have you done with Philip?
Though Nameless was concerned, he insisted he had been honest with them. He had merely been lying to himself about who he was since he was a child. Moving past it to the task at hand, the Dews started planning to infiltrate the Tower of Blight. First, they pondered the identity of this boon that Clem had received from the Raven Queen. Sitlali informed them it must be a physical object. Possibly the box they were so desperate to retrieve. Nameless decided to take it to the Queen herself, and stepped into the expanse. Calling upon her developing divination skills, the druid was able to ask the Raven Queen one question. She revealed to Nameless that the boon was a mistake, and something she would like to have back, so she could give it to another. Determining that the boon couldn't be reclaimed by the Queen herself, the Dews did everything they could to determine whether or not the puzzle box was the Queen's boon. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like they would get to have the answer without talking to Clint themselves. However, they did have a sudden realization. Since the box had been found in the Hills of Madness, where Gornal had been lost, it was possible that it was responsible for the dwarf being sent to the tower, meaning it could be the only way in and out. At the same time, Nameless found a poem in the library with a curious implication. When Mistra, ages ago, sacrificed herself to become the new magic, the Raven Queen was racked with a deep sorrow. Her existence as the Lady of Shadowfell seemed to have less to do with death itself, and more to do with remembrance. Nameless also brought some additional information to the party. Months earlier, when she was granted a glimpse into the tower, she remembered a room full of plants. Her powers had grown enough that she could teleport them past the swamp and into the tower through those plants. Unless something went wrong, of course. Before heading in, however, Nameless wanted to test another one of her new abilities. With Panther's assistance, she performed a ritual of remembrance, and suddenly she was seeing the Battle of Sestead through Kulunth's eyes.
You hear a voice from your own voice, basically. Call out. Please, if you have had any feeling for us here, if you believe in what we fight for, to protect, help my city, help me. I have found what you asked for, and I will use it for you, I guarantee. But you must help now.
She watched as they begged the Raven Queen for assistance, swearing their loyalty in exchange for the chance to protect their family. And using the box she bestowed, the Spire of Sestead formed, saving them from the Illithid attack. Despite this new information, the party was still unsure what would happen once they went inside. Tensions ran high, with Sitlali angry they were even going in the first place, and they went to bed unsure if this night would be their last. Can the Dews trust the Raven Queen? Will Nameless's plan work? Find out this week on The Natural Ones.